Hi guys, welcome back to our Say Yes series. In today's episode, we are going to be doing an airbrush demo. So as you can see, Alyssa already has some eyeshadow on, and you might have already seen the eyeshadow video that we posted a little while ago. So definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it already. But today we're going to be doing, like I said, some airbrush on Alyssa. Airbrush is super popular when it comes to bridal. It is the longest lasting option. It's basically water resistant. It's applied really naturally, so it all blends together. It feels like nothing on the skin, so I definitely wanted to introduce that to you and show you how it works. So we're going to be doing some airbrush on Alyssa. So I always start off makeup with a little bit of skincare. It just really helps to make everything on the face melt together and look really natural and plump. So you can look up for me. I'm just going to do some eye cream. For your wedding, you should always obviously do a little bit of skincare just so that your skin is looking its best on the wedding day. I love exfoliating every 3 to 4 days and moisturizing every day. You can even use a facial oil. That really helps my skin at least. But on the day of, I just use a nice lightweight moisturizer that really gets the skin looking dewy and fresh. And we let this sink in for a little while. And also for our brides on the day of, you do get a little extra treatment. So you'll get a lip scrub and a lip balm, as well as an under eye cooling treatment. So that will help to depuff. So that's your little extra treat on the day of. Before we actually get into the airbrushing, I do conceal first. I like when it's underneath the makeup so that it's not sitting on top of that airbrush. It's gonna all blend together a little bit better if we do it underneath. So look up for me. I just like to do light concealing under the eyes just to give her a more awake look. And I don't do anything too light here. I don't want it to be like 2 different colors. I like to kind of just even out the skin tone and just get rid of any darkness. And then we're just going to set the concealer. The airbrush actually doesn't have to be set technically. If you're a little bit more oily, I might set it just in those oily spots, but for the most part it self-sets. Just powder the concealer just so that doesn't crease or budge or move anywhere. So for airbrush, I actually use this little guy. This is by the brand Temp 2, and this is their Air system, their AirPod Pros. This is an amazing little handy gadget. I'm obsessed with this, and I also use all Temp 2 airbrush products. So we actually do the entire face with airbrush makeup. So we do our bronzer and contour, blush, foundation, highlight, everything's going to be done with airbrush today. And I also kind of do things a little bit backwards. Normally with your makeup, you might even out your skin with foundation first, then do your bronzer, blush, and highlight. But with airbrush, I actually like to do bronzer and blush first, and then do foundation over that. It just gives it, especially for bridal, a more natural look where these colors of bronzer and blush are just kind of peeking through. They're not taking over. It's just a little bit more of a natural blended look. So it might look a little bit funny as we start, but it will all come together in the end. So right now we're just doing a little bit of bronzer. And I will always usually kind of bring things down onto the neck just to make it all really blend. The foundation we're going to use will match to her neck, but we'll do a little bit of extra bronzing over there as well. Now we are going to do some blush on Alyssa. So I like to focus the blush in this cheekbone area. And you can already see that because they're being misted onto the skin, they're just blending together really nicely. I personally like a little bit of a sun-kissed look, so I do a little extra blush across the face and forehead. But we are going to put foundation over that, so it's not going to, right now it might look a little bit intense, but it will be kind of toned down with the foundation on top. Now as far as foundation goes, your face and chest might be different colors, but I always match the foundation to the chest area so this all just blends down seamlessly. We don't want to have 2 different colors. So I'm just color matching on her chest right now. That shade was a little dark. So now we're just adding the foundation. We are even going to highlight with airbrush. And we're just bringing the highlight right here on the top of her cheekbone to make that pop. And down the bridge of her nose. Beautiful. Look at that glow. So I'm just going to powder her in a couple areas. This is just going to help to make the actual highlight pop. I don't want any areas that shouldn't be shiny to be shiny, so I'm just going to powder the center of the forehead here. So that is airbrushing. I think her skin looks perfectly like photoshopped, basically. That's what's beautiful about airbrush, is that because it's finely misted on, there's no brushes being used, there's no, you know, there's no margin for error really. It's all just gonna seamlessly blend together so that in photos you just look perfect, basically. It's a really beautiful look. I love it so much. And it is going to last her all day. It is, like I said, basically water resistant. So I have had brides tell me that they've cried on their wedding day, of course, and there was no streaking and nothing budged. It just, once it sets, it's locked in for the day. So I absolutely love airbrush as a bridal option, and I think it's definitely the most popular, so I highly recommend it. So that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions about airbrush makeup, about makeup. If you have questions about hair for Alyssa, you can definitely message us on Instagram, Facebook, you can email us, anything like that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in next week's episode. Bye!